circling back to TikTok, because I kind of got away from it, was that someone on there obviously found her page probably through this blonding promo, and then they really started researching the salon. And Mia came to me and she's like, I just got a message for hair extensions, and I didn't even put that anywhere on there. So the people went way further than just the PDF, and this is where it gets really interesting. So not on Mia's TikTok, not on Mia's Instagram.
Yep.
It doesn't say hair extensions anywhere. This person did the deep dive into the Adored Salon website or Adored Salon Instagram. I know Adored Salon is not active on TikTok. We have an account. We even have multiple because we forgot passwords. And hi, I'm Jennifer Janish, owner of Adored Salon and Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair Extensions. I'm obsessed with curly hair. I cut it, style it, and extend it, and this podcast is all about my curly girl obsessions that stretch far beyond just curly hair. Hey there, it's me, Jennifer, from the Curly Girls Obsessions, which you are listening to now or watching possibly on YouTube. I'm also Jennifer behind the chair, Jennifer, the salon owner at Adored Salon, and Jennifer, the brand creator of Adored Signature Hand-Tied Hair Extensions. Also, Jennifer, the educator of curly hair extensions. Today, I have on here Mia.
Hi, everyone.
She is our newest team member of the salon. She started in January. A little bit of a backstory on Mia. I'm going to ask Mia, give Mia an introduction and how she found us. And then I'm going to talk about how she came to the salon. So Mia, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm from Itasca. I went to beauty school at Pivot Point Academy in Bloomingdale. I graduated from there in November, and I was on the hunt for a salon, and of course, stalking everyone on social media, I came across Adored, and I needed to get in. So I reached out to Jen. I called the salon, and I was like, oh, hey, are you guys taking any assistant or front desk positions? And over the phone, I was told yes. So I was like, okay, perfect. When can I come in? And they were like, oh, we open at 11 tomorrow. I was like, great, I'll be there. So then I came in and I was like, hey, I called yesterday. I'm coming in to fill in an application, and I was told that they're not hiring. So then I was like,
who did you talk to?
I talked to Chloe. And then when I got here, Julie answered the door. And she's like, yeah, we're not hiring. I'm like, yes, you are. So I sat my happy butt down in the front and was like, I need an application. And I filled out the application. Yep. And here I am.
And so, yes, at that time, we were totally 100% full. And I was like, how did it even come up? Someone was like, oh, someone just applied for an assistant position. You should call her. And I'm like in the throes of the right? Because it was like right before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like, no, a little bit after. It was like after the holiday rush slowed down.
It was?
Yeah.
In January? I feel like we talked in the beginning of, because when did you start?
In January. But I think I was trying to get in around
Christmas, because we closed from Christmas Eve to the
so I had to wait.
Yeah,
this.
Gosh. I didn't even know this application was in my bag, to be honest. And then someone said something, and I was like, oh. And so then I'm like, okay, well, we're full. The only way this is going to happen is if you're like a unicorn, and I'm going to test her out. I'm just going to tell her to send me a short video, because I texted her saying I got the application, and I also asked her to send a short video about herself and why she was a good fit for Adored. And I'm like, oh, she ain't gonna do this.
She was wrong.
And then it's not gonna be my problem anymore, right? Like, and because of how crazy things get at the holidays, it just was heavy, right? And there was just a lot going on in my family at the time. It just was kind of crazy town. So, she sent me that video immediately, and I didn't find it for what?
Like 2 weeks.
All of a sudden, I'm like, gosh, I never heard from that Mia. Did she not send me a video? And I go back in my messages, and there's this video that she sent within like an hour of me asking her, and she was totally calm and relaxed. And I'm like, okay, I got to give her some time in my day. And then we talked, and then you came in, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to have everybody interview her, because then she's going to get to know everybody. Everybody's going to get to know her. And if someone finds something wrong, I'm going to find it out right away, because usually everybody puts their best foot forward with me, right? And not because it's me, but because I own the salon, right? So like, the longer you're here, the more personality is going to come out. And everybody ended up really liking her. And so then I hired her, and I was like, well, eventually there'll be some shifting around, like, you know, it's all going to work out. Everybody only works so many days a week, and we'll figure this one out. And so Mia started assisting for a while. And then, what day did you get your book? Like, we went through some stuff at the salon. And to be totally honest, I was having some really big trust issues. And I was like, am I even going to do this again? Like, I don't know if I'm going to do this again. I'm not feeling like giving it all up again. And Alyssa said to me, but Jen, you know your best self is when you train and mentor people. You love doing that. Jackie was probably like, thank God, because she probably was like, what the hell is going on here? And so here we are. So Mia gets what we call like our mentorship training book. And were you excited? Were you nervous?
I was so excited.
Yeah, we have a cute little dance.
Yes, I was so excited. I mean, it was what I was working towards for. It had to be like 3-4 months, right?
So we're in April. I feel like you got it the week, like the last week in March.
Yeah.
So, and with that being said, this is really cool. I said, like, so the deal is with this mentorship book, if you listen to the podcast that I did about training assistants, I discuss it all, but she gets a book that has every service she's going to perform, and she has to do it so many times with one of us checking off on everything, going over the color, making sure the cutting's right. She takes models at 50% off. And at the same time, we ran a blonding promo, which is a blonding service from start to finish. Whatever it is that you need, a full foil or full foil toner, partial foil toner, haircut style, a full foil, root shadow, a gradient toner, a haircut style, like whatever it is, it's $100 plus the product. And that is like, it is genius, because how much success and how easy is it to get those models? Like,
it's so easy. It's a really good price. So, I mean, everyone's like, me. So,
and I feel like it is the best way to train a new stylist, because first off and foremost, it builds speed. And then it builds confidence in doing the service, right? Because, you know, we're not going to let you fail. No one's going to walk out of here with screwed up hair. They're all going to love their style or their color by the time it's done. And they're getting a little bit of a taste of everything, and they're promoting it on social media. So super interesting. Like the last time we had run this promo, when we had a new stylist in the salon, it was like 5 years ago, I want to say. And doing the book usually took a good 3 months to fill that thing up and get it finished. And the other thing that I didn't do then was have specific times for people to work. It just, and what I learned from that was the shit show that became was I was expecting them to help me, right? And they were like, oh, I got a client coming in. And I was like, what? Luckily for us, my kids are still young. They're able to work the front desk and assisting. So that part actually worked out really well. And Mia has certain times of the week in which she takes these models. But funny thing is that social media really worked in her favor, and these spots filled up like wildfire to the point where I almost feel like you're going to be doing them past the point of your book.
Yeah. So
like it just all of a sudden yesterday something had come up and she's like, yeah, I didn't have an opening for that until the end of May. And I'm like, wait, you mean the end of April? And she's like, no, the end of May. What do you mean the end of May? And she's like, the end of May. So then I was like, shit, count everything out because you're going to be at the end of that book. Like, let's not go farther than we need to go with that, right? So kudos to Mia to putting herself out there on social media. And as a salon owner, so you created a bunch of PDFs in Canva that went out. She updates them constantly with new before and afters. As a salon owner, I checked it. I'm like, okay, this font, like, you need to look older. Let's make this look a little like, we'll make this look better, right? Let's change this. Let's get these bullet points on cue. And I think that also too was kind of like a learning lesson, like what you needed to call out.
Yeah.
Versus just model call, you know, like switching that to blonding promo.
Yeah.
How did it feel when you did your first client?
I mean, I was super nervous, which like is normal. Yeah. But it felt good afterwards. I mean, I haven't had to take anyone in what? It had to be like 3 months since no, longer than that. Maybe like 5 since I've like actually done someone's hair.
Oh yeah, because of school.
Yeah. So it felt really good afterwards and she loved it. So
How's your timing? How's your timing going?
At first it was rough, but it's definitely picking up now, which
yeah.
But
and so you're also learning tips and tricks on how to speed up.
Yes, and like with the help of you guys, like it's just flourishing now.
Good. Good. Is there anything you want to add about that? Like, if you were speaking to a new stylist who was looking for a salon, what would you tell them? Like, obviously now we're full. Because it's like when it rains, it pours. We have Mia, and now we have Callie, who will be graduating soon. And then my daughter London will be going to school. Like, there isn't really room for anybody anymore again. So tell me, like, to a new stylist graduating school, first and foremost, what would be your advice to them? Because you said it's really hard to get a job as an assistant these days, which is totally shocking to me, even though I was the one who was like, no, we are full. But do you know why? Like, what?
I mean, I'm not sure as of like why. Maybe people don't want to deal with mentoring someone. But I mean, just stay motivated, keep looking, apply wherever you can, like, and put yourself out there. Social media is a huge thing. I mean, I honestly still use it now. Like, it's
so I would tell any new stylist, the first thing that I look at is a potential social media. Same with Callie. Like, Callie went through all the things that you did too, because I was, like I said, my trust level was low, and I was kind of like, what do I want to do? I need to transition someone in. And I looked at her social media, and she already had a lot of stuff on there. Same with yours. Like, if you're a new stylist, or if you're in school, you should be posting everything and anything you do. Word to the wise, like, put your best foot forward. Always start with your finishing photo on your grid because it looks better than your before. It's like, okay, this is what she can do, because as a salon owner, I'm scrolling through to see what the images look like. I'm not scrolling into, right? Like, I just want to see what you're doing.
I feel like people also like to watch people, like, their progress too. Like, I mean, I feel like there's a drastic amount of progress on my page. Like,
that is such a good point. People like to see when somebody starts out and how well they get. And it's not shameful putting your old stuff on there. It's just like showing your growth and your ability to take on new things and do
new
things.
Which is good. I feel like that's good qualities in a stylist. So
yeah, it helps. And even to that point, like on TikTok, so Mia got a lot of her business from TikTok, like, and it wasn't weeks of waiting, it was instantaneous.
I have no idea how, like,
that model call. What did that balayage page have as far as view? Not balayage, the blonding promo. All of a sudden,
think it
one
was
day,
like 12.
You looked and you're like, holy shit, this thing is
Let's see. It's at 12.6K views.
And it's just a PDF.
Yeah.
About the blonding promo, right? Yep. So that is absolutely crazy. So Instagram is like a really pretty feed with social proof. Is it going to help you get clients? Yes. But we have seen in here that TikTok, lo and behold, really produces the clients.
Yeah.
Like, it is interesting how it's kind of shifting like that.
I feel like TikTok is almost more like personal, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like on Instagram, like, I want my page to look like aesthetically pleasing, like,
it's really
catch
pretty.
Somebody's eye. But on TikTok, like, I try and keep it a little more real. Like, I'll post like, oh, like, watch me do this foil, or like Alyssa does, like, spend the day with me. Like, people like to watch that too. They want to get to know you, you know?
So that is a huge piece of advice. And then just sticking with it. I don't think Mia was moving out of that reception area until she got that application.
Yeah.
I told this funny story in the class the other day. They're like, whatever your thoughts and feelings are about Elon Musk, there's one thing that cannot be denied, is that he is going to get what he wants when he sets his sights on it. And so this story about Mia brought me back to this interview that I had watched with him. And it talked about him going after his first job. I can't even believe, I don't remember where it was because it's like so mainstream, but that's just my squirrel brain. He wanted a job there. He didn't have an interview, and he just went and sat in their lobby and told the receptionist that he was there for an interview. And she was like, oh, we don't have anyone. After 3 days of him showing up at 9 a.m. and just sitting there, she finally got him an interview with the person he needed to, and that is where he landed his first role. So, like, persistence is key, and consistency. Like, if you don't get the first one you want, you have to just keep trying, get up and be self-motivated. Especially, that's just priming for this industry. You will go through things that are really cutthroat and scary, but if you don't get back up and keep going, you're going to waste your entire hair school training, because it's just the way that it rolls. Like, that's the hair industry. You have to be self-motivated. Circling back to TikTok, because I kind of got away from it, was that someone on there obviously found her page probably through this blonding promo, and then they really started researching the salon. And Mia came to me and she's like, I just got a message for hair extensions, and I didn't even put that anywhere on there. So the people went way further than just the PDF, and this is where it gets really interesting. So not on Mia's TikTok, not on Mia's Instagram.
Yep.
It doesn't say hair extensions anywhere. This person did the deep dive into the Adored Salon website or Adored Salon Instagram, I know Adored Salon is not active on TikTok. We have an account. We even have multiple because we forgot passwords. And London was going to like manage our TikTok account.
Oh my gosh.
I think she was like 11 when she said she wanted to start that.
That's
and
so
it just
funny.
kind of fell off. But so to new stylists going out there and working in this industry, something that is super important that you don't even realize, because I don't think that this is as much of a focus today with the like younger generation, is the salon's website. If your salon that you are going after doesn't have a website, you might want to scratch your head and reroute. Our website has been active since we've been in business. That's 13 years. As the salon owner, I've invested a ton of money in the back end of that website so that people find us for curly hair and hair extensions. And these are like the web, right? We talk about the internet as the big wide web. This is the web that you're weaving in your social presence. So the salon website, Instagram, TikTok, and everything that attaches around there is kind of like a leg off, but all of it together is one big marketing brain, to say. And so what was really good about that was I said to Mia, well, you're going to need a model, and that model is going to need to pay for the hair. So you're going to want her, keep her messaging back and forth with her, because you're taking our class this week or next week at that time. And, you know, once you get through it, once you do a little bit of practicing, you're going to want a real person. So bringing us full circle now to the 3-day class you just attended. What did you think of that?
It was great. I had a good time. It was a good group of girls. Like, I had fun getting to know everyone, and I learned so much too. I mean, the 3 different methods we did was very hands-on, and then having everyone come around and like check my work, give me all the tips and tricks, like it was really good. I feel like it helped.
And Mia, it hasn't been to like, well, actually though, you did an extension course at your school, didn't you? Or did you not?
I mean, not really. I mean, they kind of like touched base.
Well, did you pay for that?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh, okay. So you didn't do the
No.
certification.
So I guess that was like my first real
class in the
Yeah.
hair industry. So she's kind of spoiled because she's never been in the other situation where the extension class lasts 4 to 6 hours and there's 30 other people and one educator in there. You had one-on-one training. You had pre-training to get you ready. You did have the benefit of being here and seeing us do other installs. Probably the other stylists were probably kind of like jealous of that, right? Like, I mean,
hopefully not.
but it's just kind of like you get that. They know like your benefit of being a part of this group is already setting you up for you've got to do it. Right.
Yeah.
Like you're going to figure it out. We're going to work with you. Were you tired at the end of every day?
I feel like the first day I was pretty tired.
Oh my God. You fucking went home and slept from 6 o'clock to the next day.
On accident. It was on accident.
She's lighting it up like, well, maybe.
Yeah,
kind
okay.
of a lot of information.
I was exhausted.
You
yes.
were, yes.
But, I mean, it was just so much information and all the hands-on. I was like, whoa. And I've never experienced anything like that.
Right.
So I guess it really just like, it's like.
How did it compare to like theory at school?
I feel like the theory at school, because it was only like for a portion of the time, but it was a lot of like book work. It wasn't really like.
No hands-on.
Like there was hands-on, but it was like the book work first. And then you take that information and do the hands-on next. I feel like, I guess it was kind of similar in that case then.
Yeah.
Because you gave us all the information and then you showed us how to do everything step by step. And then we went and did it ourselves. And you came around and watched us. And
when you started the pre-training, what did you think of that? Like,
I liked it.
pre-training is something new that I just started this year because I felt like people had a big disadvantage coming into the class, people who knew nothing about extensions. Like, they needed a chance to touch and feel and do everything, even if it wasn't correct, right? We fixed the mistakes in class. And then I see people's work ahead of time. So then I know what I'm working with.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think it prepped them really good because by the time we were at the end of the first day, your guys' stitching looks so good. And that's like not normal. It's not normal. It's normally very janky, very like, and it also, again, by touching it, helped with your muscle memory of things, like to actually get it done in a timely-ish manner, right? Just like you're foiling, like it comes with time.
I guess that like reminded me of school too, like the pre-training, just like the website and like
being on it,
watching the videos, and like I would take notes on the videos, and then when I was here I would go and try what I saw on the video. So I feel like that really helped me too, honestly.
So again, another question I asked you earlier, if you were a new stylist or a stylist that was on the fence about taking that training, what would you say to them? Say they're on the fence, like they're like, oh my gosh, it's 3 days. Oh my gosh.
3 days is nothing compared to your career that's gonna last you a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't like tell you how much of a benefit it is to give up your time to go and like educate yourself with something like that. And then afterwards you're able to do these services and offer all this stuff to your clients and continue growing yourself as a stylist. Like, to me, like 3 days is nothing for that.
And like a lot of people ask about the return on investment, the ROI. So in that class, it's $3,900 to take the class for the 3 days. It's the 2-day Adored Signature install methods and the 1-day blueprint to a curly install. If we had to break them up into two, like install methods and the curly install, the install methods class, you will get back in 2.5 installs. The blueprint to a curly install, you will make that in 3 curly installs as your curly upcharge. And so like over the span of a career, how many extensions you're going to do, again, it's like a bleep in the timeline, right?
Yeah.
And while it could seem like it's a lot of money up front, at the end of the day, when you're doing hair extensions and you have become the plastic surgeon to their hair, right? Because that's what you are. You're totally transforming their look with every hair extension install. Like, again, the amount of money to be made after the fact is huge, 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 huge. The ability to be able to have a client sit in your chair that came in for a haircut who's now willing to spend $3,500 to $4,000 on their hair the following week. And yes, it is actually a reality. People do this. Mia has seen it multiple times in the short time she was here. Like, it's just, they're just ready for it. They just want it so bad by the time that they come in here. Half the time, they don't even care what the cost is.
Yeah.
They just want it done. So, if there is also any advice to anybody new, the fact is, if you feel comfortable with everything kind of overall, I always do recommend that. Mia's kind of being fast-tracked because she has no choice. We specialize in curly hair and hair extensions, and that is like our mission. That's what we do. So she is learning that regardless of what she thinks of everything else. But to a new stylist, I would also recommend that. Like, get comfortable doing everything and decide what you love, and then figure out something to specialize in. It's not that you have to specialize if you think that it would be boring doing one service all the time, but you're never really doing one service. There's a bunch of branches on each main service. If you call yourself a blonding specialist, right? Like, that could be highlighting, low lighting, changing it up, doing an all over color, doing, all over a global lightning service. Like, there's so many different avenues. And with us, with curly cutting, it's morphed into curly hair extensions. And also we have our own custom coloring methods for curly hair specific, because we know the trial and errors that happen with coloring because of the way curly hair is made up. So trying to find your niche is huge, and it is going to do you such a service in the end, because you'll get so good and honed in on your craft that people will search you out time and time again and be willing to pay the dollar amount that you command, because you'll be well respected as the authority in the industry. Do you have any parting words?
I do not. No.
Always the case. No, I don't. I'm tired. We've just been through 3 days of chaos, and we're moving on to the next client. All right. So we hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Curly Girls Obsessions. If you know someone that you think would like to listen to this, please share it with them. If you don't already subscribe, hit the subscribe or follow button. That helps us grow, and we'll see you in the next one.